Hey everyone, this is week 2 on the Ultimate Fat Loss Stack by OneUp Nutrition. Okay, so I have just completed my second week using OneUp Nutrition's Ultimate Fat Loss Stack for him or for men. This has been very interesting so far. As a reminder, I started, and if you excuse me, I'll double check some of my numbers, but I started this whole program at 279.2 pounds. And so based upon measurements and the scale that I'm using, it says that I had about 60.2% muscle mass, 36.8% fat, and then I had like a water or a hydration level, as it said, of 47%. Okay, so those were my baseline. If you wanted to see my week 1 updates, go ahead and check that out on my channel. But for week 2, just to give you some background, I am doing about 5 days of like really focused exercise with, that means 2 to 3 days of strength training, and then of course 2 to 3 days, depending on how many strength trainings I did, of cardio, which is usually about cycling, stationary bike and everything. So that's been really good for me. It feels good, right? I feel energized, motivated afterwards. And I do believe that some of this stuff has been very helpful. With all of that, if you noticed from my first video, I did talk about, I believe it was the Pro Ripped product, and how for that first week, there was about 2 or 3 days where taking Pro Ripped kind of made me feel a little nauseous. Maybe not nauseous is a little extreme, but a little uneasy. That's probably a better word for it. That's gone. I can take it full dosage without a problem. So again, I just like to push that if you're going to try this out, go ahead and make sure that you are really following the instructions, because even the instructions for the Pro Ripped do encourage you to phase into it. Not take a full serving yet, take 1 capsule and then another capsule. So it's really good. Continue to follow that. In week 2, I still am not a huge fan of the Recharge product. I don't feel like it's really like getting me to sleep. I wake up, I'm not necessarily groggy when I get moving, but you know, so I don't know. I just have a hard time with some of these sleep fat burners like Recharges. I believe that's what this is. But everything else is pretty good. I've been taking them all very specifically when they say they need to be taken. And what I've come up with, so at the end of week 2, my measurements, I'm actually like, I'm excited for them, and then I'm interested to see what happens in week 3. So week 2, I ended at 273.8 pounds. So I started at 279.2 and ended at 273.8. So that's a big loss right there. That's good weight. That's kind of part of why I'm doing all of this. The other part though is to figure out how muscle and fat, because I'm increasing my protein. I'm really doubling down on focusing on protein intake and increasing that, because that's been very helpful, I believe, on also managing my hunger. Now, when it comes to the percentages of my muscle and fat percentages, that's when things get a little interesting. So let me look at I wrote down all my numbers and my percentages over here. My muscle percentage is at 58.7%, and so that's down, you know, 1 and a couple, almost 2 percentage points from when I started. Now, if I'm really losing a lot of weight, I know some of it's going to be water weight, because when I've taken all of these products, I get extremely thirsty. So I do believe that there's some water weight, but I believe most of the water weight's probably been taken from the first week. My fat percentage did increase. It started at 36.8% and is now at 38.3%. So both of the, so my muscle percentage went down, my fat percentage went up. I know this says it's the ultimate fat loss stack. So I'm interested to see what happens in week 3 and 4 if I hit like a turning point, and this is just my body starting to kind of readjust to losing weight and not having to store fat. I'm trying to eat in a calorie deficit, but as a bigger guy, my calorie deficit is not itty bitty, so I don't feel like I'm not feeling like I'm starving. I'm feeling full, especially with the protein that I'm taking, both regular meal proteins like chicken and sometimes a little bit of beef and stuff like that, but then also with protein shakes, whey supplements or whey protein, or even some of those more plant-based proteins that I like to go through. And then just for my own curiosity, I've always been fascinated by my hydration level, especially ever since I've gotten like a scale that's been able to kind of tell me what they believe my hydration is. And that is, I started at 47% and now I'm at 46.6%. According to the scale, they want me to be in the 50s to 60% hydration percentage. So I've always been a little low there. So all in all, from start to end of second week, I've lost weight, right? I've lost poundage, yet my body composition isn't exactly where I want it to be. But again, this is 2 weeks into a program. I have about a month of product here. And so let's see how it is, see how I end out the month before we make any grand accusations. But if you're interested in trying this, down in the description of the video, I should have a link to get 20% off of your first order with OneUp Nutrition. To be honest, I've kind of enjoyed the product more or less. I'm very happy to see at least the weight going down. I do feel like there is something to it. So let's continue on. Let's see what week 3 and week 4 have to offer, and we'll jump into that. So until next time, everyone, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. That way you will see notifications when a new update comes up, both for this or any of my other videos of like taste testing certain flavors of workout supplements or proteins and things like that. But then you can also follow along with my weight loss journey to see what products I feel actually work for weight loss and what products don't. If you're interested to see what else I've done, you can go over, check out my channels. I have a weight loss journey playlist. And then just like this video. Anytime you subscribe or like to my videos, it really helps me to know exactly what you guys are looking for. And it really helps because, as we're starting this, it's always nice to see people with like minds looking for similar solutions. So until next time, bye.